My name is Josh Kennedy, and this is my informative speech 2 for COMM 210. Today I'm going to be talking about the MOBA genre in video gaming. In 2017, 44% of the world played video games for at least 3 hours a week, according to Spill Games research. The MOBA itself MOBA stands for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. It's a type of video game that became prevalent within the last 15 years. I've spent 12,480 hours playing one particular MOBA over the last 8 years, League of Legends. That's equivalent to 520 24-hour days, so sleepless days, playing this video game. So it's very important to me, and I'm very familiar with it. This topic is still very important to me as I run an online community through a program called Discord that focuses primarily on the playing of MOBAs and the culture and the friends you make while doing it. I'm going to talk to you today about the core game mechanics of a MOBA, the advent of the MOBA, the rise of that game type, the competition in that game, and the culture surrounding it. The core game involves a single character being controlled by a user online. That character herds minions or little AI bots down what is called a lane in an attempt to destroy the enemy structures and then their base, or their nexus, or fountain is what it's called in some games. While you're doing this, there are enemy champions who are played by other players online who try to stop you from destroying their structures or their minions or them. And you are in constant conflict with them and the structures and minions. Killing them awards XP or gold or some object you need to advance yourself in the game. Most MOBAs have 3 to 5 lanes, which are the areas in which you play. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next screen on here. Okay. You've got the lanes around the outside of the map on this one. There's one at the bottom and the top. Just depends on the game you play. The advent of MOBAs occurred with a game called Aeon of Strife, designed by the developer. Aeon of Strife was his gamer name. He remains anonymous to this day. He actually developed an add-on for the very popular game StarCraft, and that add-on became so popular it became its own game. That wasn't a true MOBA though. It was only players versus an AI. The AI tried to stop you from destroying its nexus. The first true MOBA came around with Defense of the Ancients, which was again another add-on, but it was for Warcraft 3, and it consisted of 5 players versus 5 players, or 3 players or 4 players versus 4 players, and it was exactly what I just described. Let's see. The main reason that this game started and became popular is that it's an instant gratification game. So unlike other games, you could play this game for 20 minutes, have a completely different experience than the last game you played that only lasted 20 minutes. Each game had almost an infinite number of combinations and ways you could play it. The game rose to popularity when a developer named Steve Feek left Dota All-Stars, which was a modified version of this game, and joined Riot Games with the developer at Riot Games named Mark Merrill, and they made League of Legends, which is currently the most popular MOBA by a wide margin. League of Legends had a great evolution of their franchise. They were able to adapt to what players wanted in terms of playstyle, the maps, and the core content, making changes as they went. There are other notable mentions. You've got Heroes of Newerth, Defense of the Ancients 2, which was made by Valve, and Heroes of the Storm made by Blizzard. But they're minor competitors. The competition of League of Legends is massive. I say League of Legends, but it's all the other MOBAs, but League is the forefront. Esports is huge, especially in China, Japan, and South Korea. To put that into perspective, a lot of people watch the Super Bowl here, right? Internationally, not just in the US, last year, the 2017 LCS League Championship Series drew more viewers than the Super Bowl. Skip the slide. Oh no, actually that's the culture picture. Okay. The culture, it has a wonderful community. League of Legends always has a bunch of people come to conventions. The vendor league goes itself. They'll sell their swag there. You can go and buy their product. You'll have a lot of people dressing up as their favorite people from in the game. There's a lot of great fan art surrounding it, a lot of lore that people write, fanfics, fictions they write about the game, and it's overall a great community to be a part of. And then, in conclusion, really, it's never too late to sit down at a keyboard, try the game out. I know it's super important to me because I still run that community. It's my world, and I hope I've explained a little bit about the history of this game, and that maybe you'll give it a try someday. Go ahead and zoom around the room.
Is that what that Gen 4 convention down in India is usually about, where they do the game thing?